So it was cool. Sold the truck, but definitely super quiet too. Like I don't hear nothing but a hum.
Right.
You know what I mean? No matter what you're doing. So, or at least when I was on the highway. I just need to get the money, and then I'm gonna bring one more brother out there with me to test drive it with me.
First breath I took a life too surreal. Was the pivot and strike, finish the kill. Influenced by might, with every second's reveal. I won't pay back, fuck the dollar bill. Remain calm as the pressure builds. Gotta endure the feel. I let this select my foes in memory and in material. I only live to do my master's will. I.S.U.P.K, motherfucker. Ain't no cowards on this battlefield. God is straight but made greater. In my return, left to my mistakes. Every error was a lesson learned. Now I don't fool, listen, get approved. Won't take a step till it get confirmed. On the tape, speed for our sakes. March like a tank. One step will make the ground shake. My people sick in their head. Lord, let this truth spread like an outbreak and bring hell and the crackers can't escape. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I'm gonna pay back for the scars in the slave memoirs. Till Christ arrived, I can't let it slide. Ignore the lies. The only free will that's before your eyes. It's life or death, nigga, you decide. This heaven was made for me and my fellow. I patiently wait with my eyes on the sparrow. And I pull the trigger while my lips kiss the barrel. Before I ever let a white bitch do me like Othello. I want out this wicked life like Carmelo. By any means, this devil pulling strings like Geppetto. Lay hold on this brotherhood. I swear I never let go. And fuck that silver spoon, got too much love for the ghetto. Till the score settle with EP, I die for the cause. Just to hear the angels of blood. And I'm true by every word I say. Cause I know my victory on the way. You want it? Nigga, walk this way. This life may be hard, but I can't give up. On my dick go hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so good? It's real, I be walking with the bankers. Boy, I like it may be hard, but I can't give up. On my dick go hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so good? It's real, I be walking with the bankers. Boy, I can't be touched. Can't do in the clutch. They hate but they can't doubt us. We the princess of the power, what you know about us? Evil all around us. But a nigga straight, I told you I can't be touched. Only angels won't get my pace. I'm grateful for the words that had me delivered. I'm hungry for the glory, but I ain't eating till I feed my next. One West, what I die for. Attire out the book of numbers, this rifle from the Archangel Michael. My niggas rebels, you can't deny them. It's 144. I be running to and fro with the Allah higher. My I.S.U.P.K soldiers ain't no folding or pretending. We in it for the crowns, fuck friends, we want dominion. In the election ascension, I hope I make it through. Give a damn what a bitch think, as long as my niggas know I'm true. Betray your kind to get success. Make it through the eye of the needle, nigga. This life may be hard, but I can't give up. On my dick go hard, and I won't give up. And could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? It's real, I be walking with the angels. Boy, I got it may be hard, but I can't give up. On my dick go hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? It's real, I be walking with the angels. Boy, I can't be touched.
GEN.YAHANNA's supposed to be down there teaching class and shit. Might be a good outing right there. It's only 4 hours away.
I thought it was longer than that.
Any man give his life for Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that U.P.K banner is my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary. My soldiers take breath till I'm stand down. Take breath, take breath, take breath, take breath, take breath, take breath, take breath. My soldiers take breath till I'm stand down. Take breath, take breath, take breath. Now this ain't no movement, this is take now. We would not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. We got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas say like soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man back. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a damn black. This will be my kingdom when the hour plays. You can either get with it or get flipped like our place. We live by honor and no excuse. Just send the prayer up to the Lord. I told you, and let all the terrorists be loose. Hold your tongue, don't get rebuked, cause you're mad at truce. When a race to make put your knife out of my abuse. Scared of who? You got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas not to argue, it's my who gon' write the book. They gon' take out, they gon' take out. Opponents better move slow. Attack dog for the street. Nigga, cool y'all. Go to grip, 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 go to grip. It's all about that warfare, boy. Get grip, 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 get grip. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grip, 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 take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip, take grip, take grip, take grip, take grip. Take breath, take breath. My soldiers take breath. Stand down. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pay dearly. You should've used your common sense. My zeal lit, that means you could never prevail. Hey, with a true sin, hey, with warriors 12. Be wise. Around the world, I'm crossing. Any man, home, man, my life gon' meet the top. Cause this life is still not an easy walk. Been watching my people die, so you can miss me with that I.S.U.P.K soldiers. Any man try to cross your path, make him regret what that means. Fall of his age. Comparing me to you really ain't no contest. Lonely one west, say what? Lonely one west. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for. Tell them back up, I'm about to drop some heavy floor. It's all about that warfare, boy. Get breath, get breath. It's all about that warfare, boy. My soldiers take breath.
Now we got 2 checks.
Take breath, take breath, take breath, take breath, take breath. Take breath, take breath. My soldiers take breath.
But I told him you give me $800 as a down payment, pay me $200, next month later. All you gotta do is you give me that $800, I'll take your $800 and put it, because I need to put $1,000 down on the new one, so I get the new one. Because they only want $1,600 for the one I'm getting.
Test 1, 2.
Saying for tax, car dealership, they were like, $150 tax and $25
Only was the bid. Only was the bid.
Off the car lot.
Lord said, confession good for the soul.
I wasn't nature. Decisions that I made before the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be an extra. Little did I know I wasn't nature. This is a stranger. All I wanted was to be an extra. Shot call. To be known with them niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the funny how we see better than not the lives lost. Can't be focused on the life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not doing the Lord to kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cooked up with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you. I hate your life in jeopardy. And I know my brother wants success for me. But that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh. Even though we did the wrong thing, my life would been a lot different if I fell upon the wrong swing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name. That we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas. Not knowing that them handcuffs custom made the friend I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I wasn't dangerous. Decisions that I made were from the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made were from the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. This just how they design. Just when you in the streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you won't be on papers and no restrictions. My father said a hard head to make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap. I thank the Lord for the day I was on 8th Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court, found a DC school. I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and that's not right. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made were from the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made were from the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I.S.U.P.K until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster, but I was real as a righteous man. And now got the upper hand. Gotta promote this brand. Correct all multitudes until they all understand. If I can't get that crown, Lord, then put me in the hands of someone more mighty make me this hit man. Reminiscing on the pain that was felt. Shit, I was in the jail. Shit, I needed help. But you, I was locked up in the judge put man on the shelf. Had me crying cause it felt like I was left by myself. All I wanted was to impress niggas with my grinding. Now I ain't trying to prove shit to nobody but my be a cutthroat. Cause all I ever wanted was the smell. Stacking cash, not knowing it wouldn't last. You gotta hope yourself I told me. Cause all I ever wanted. Decisions that I made from the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to from the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster.
Damn, that be cold.
Yeah, you already know. Shalom, for the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, come out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. 1969, we've been teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians our true identity according to the Bible, which is the 12 tribes of Israel,
Right.
or the Lord's chosen people according to the Bible. You say, not according to the word of man or any other nonsense out there like, like the book of Enoch or anything that's just made up. You understand? According to the Bible, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the Lord's chosen people. And of course, that our oppressor is nothing more than the devil that the Bible speaks of. He said today's class is going to be, the Lashawan, Qadash, or the Holy Tongue. You understand? Well, you'll learn how it is to properly read and write ancient Hebrew, you understand, the language of our ancestors. You understand, we're going to start out with the alphabet. I'm going to go ahead and have Qadash come up here and do the alphabet, Bokasha. You went straight for the characters. You said, to hell with the English pronunciation of it. When you're done with that, Qadash, if you could write the how you say it in English, just for the new viewers.
Yeah.
So, if you've never been to class, you're just gonna look at this like it's damn near chicken scratch, like the Asians be speaking.
It's like one part said he got right, or I thought he said he didn't right.
No, him and Israel was bringing him. Most High in Christ. That's perfect right there. You understand? One thing I want to definitely point out is when you look at the English pronunciation of these characters, there is no O, J, V, U, or an E when you say all these different characters. You understand? If you're the water, then you look at the bottom, you can see what there is not in ancient Hebrew or in the Assyrian Hebrew. It doesn't matter what the characters are, how you say these different things, they do not change. You understand? So if you're out there and you claim to know Hebrew, you claim to speak the language of our ancestors,
Right.
and you're throwing in all these different letters at the bottom right there, you are not speaking our ancient tongue. You understand? You are speaking just another language of our oppressor. You understand? Which is Yiddish, which was created by the same man that paid for so-called Africans to be taken from the west coast of Africa.
Right.
You understand? The same man that sat there and tried to steal our identities, claiming that he was the Lord's chosen people. You understand? The so-called Jewish man. That's all you're doing is speaking his language. You are not speaking the language of our ancestors, and that's one thing that we gotta understand. Because when it's coming from our oppressor, we take it as 100% the truth, and something that cannot be disputed or even, proven to be false. But when it comes from a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, like it has been since 1969, all of a sudden it's just made up. It's something that has no truth to it. It's something that we just use to further. I'm saying, I guess you'd say what most fake Israelites say is our doctrine of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians being the Lord's chosen people. So, go ahead. So that just goes to show you how little it is that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are looked down upon in the land of America. Qadash, you want to do the Syrian Qadash, or you just want to come to
I can do it.
Can you eat my salad?
That's
How y'all doing?
we live on air too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm right there.
Can you see right there?
Okay.
All right, you ready for the?
Go ahead. Just erase the. Well, you can redo the English if you want, as well. It doesn't really matter. So what the brother's about to do, he just went over the ancient Hebrew.
Okay.
You understand, which is the original characters that we used in ancient times. Now he's going to go over the Assyrian, which we had to change up the characters just a little bit due to the oppression that we were going through from the Assyrians, because they wouldn't allow for us to write or speak our ancient language. So we just simply changed the characters. By how you say these characters themselves, they never change. So it doesn't matter how you look at it. This right here, this is the alphabet that our people spoke for, since the beginning of our creation.
Okay, so
Go ahead, sis.
the symbols
That's
represent
the symbols. That's the Assyrian Hebrew. So originally, when you read or write Hebrew, you'll write out them symbols, and you write it and read it from right to left instead of left to right. So you see where that ah and the ba and the ga. So you'll read it and write it just like that. So ah ba ga.
That's how you read it?
That's how you read it and write it instead of going from left to right. Yeah, it's certainly different.
Okay, I need a marker.
Oh, it's a Mars back there. She want a pen?
Yeah. She doesn't want some money.
So is like that, right?
Yeah. I say if you want to, we got the alphabet over here on a poster. It might be a little easier for you to read because there's a bit. It depends on the person's handwriting on what the characters look like.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what the all would look like. And then the ba.
Last week. This is the T's. You said that is that.
Well, we're gonna go back over. We're gonna go over the ancient Hebrew, which that's originally how our characters looked, but due to the oppression that we were under by the Assyrians, we had to change up how the characters look a little bit. So that's what you're looking at right now is the Assyrian Hebrew. So if you look over there, the Assyrian Hebrew is at the bottom. So that second line of characters, and then the third line is how it will look with just handwriting. And then the top line, that's the ancient Hebrew.
Yeah, I should say visual.
All right, this all. Couldn't get the Y. I know the tie might be a little funky. The I, the Y is a little funky. And I don't know if that rhymes right.
You want to make an attempt on the Y?
Oh no! Oh, I know how to do it. I learned last week.
I'll have you go over after come apart. Ready to watch this?
It's something like
That's how you should be when you're learning about your culture and your history.
I don't know, something like that. I don't know. Let's see. I just thought it was like something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You gonna make an attempt?
Yeah. Something like this. Then
you're actually missing Tazah between the Qua and the Pa. So you have the first one of I right.
What's that?
Oh no, you had it right the first time.
See?
Yeah, yeah. And let me review the rest of them. I mean, that's still
close enough.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on how the person that is writing it, how their handwriting is standing. Actually, oh no, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, that's close. Just erase that little. Erase that little bit.
Tell me this bit right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up, this?
Okay, so everything I'm looking at is in ABC order and how it's spelled. Okay.
So yeah,
So,
if you read from right to left. So it starts at the A.
What's
And
A?
yes, that's like A, and then the Ba is like B, Ga is like C, but
We mean different things.
yeah, but due to
Okay.
so like the English alphabet's not going to be the same as a Chinese alphabet. You know what I'm saying? So there's a slight variation in it. But when you read it, like the A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, and you go to the Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, Pa. Yes, I think you put that in the wrong spot. Yeah. Za, Qua, Ra, Sha, Ta. So when you read Hebrew, it's always from right to left. Just because he had to break it up. Like you don't just start from the Ka to the Sa. You got to jump all the way to the back.
Okay.
It's definitely something that you got to get used to, especially with us, growing up and living in America, thinking that, just reading from left to right is the way to go.
Yeah.
It's definitely something new to us as a nation.
I understand.
My bad, Qadash.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I don't know what I think it's.
I was reviewing. You need one more for the Ma. Yeah. And need one more for the Na. Oh, okay, my bad. I see it now.
I know there's another one for the Ka though. I think there's another one.
Yeah, there's two for Ka.
What is he doing?
I'm gonna I'll let you know once he's done writing it all out.
I don't know. The car. That's all I remember for the car. That's all.
Is that the one for the car? Is the top one? Is
That's the top car, and that's the last letter car. It's at the end of the sentence. That's all I remember. I don't think it's right.
that top car needs to be for the second car.
Oh, okay.
So the one that goes at the last part of the sentence. That's what that car right there was for. Hey, hold up. I never said that first one was right though.
Oh.
So erase that top one. Think of like a backwards C. Yeah. Car. I believe your
Quad probably off.
your pa is off.
First one or the second.
You mixed up one of them. So the top one is the second one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Slacky. No, my bad. That was the first one. My bad. I goofed. Now, for the second one, just think of like you want to try it on your own? You want me to?
I think it's like this. Like that.
Ooh. Oh, you're so close.
Like this or something. Just add shit.
Just start adding to us. So if I could. It's like a 7 with a lip on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure that quad's off.
Yeah, oh, it's definitely off. Think of like, for the qual, think of like an R.
Like this one.
Yep.
Oh, but this is the right.
Nope.
What is the right? Yeah, think about it like that. What else is in there?
No, yeah, that's right. Just add a little lip at the tip of it on the left. Yeah. Nope. Going up like a little arch. Yeah. Yep, that's the ra, sha, the. Yeah, that's right. You got it. Okay, one sign. All right, let's go ahead and clap that up. So I'm gonna go ahead and call Trooper Kumar up here. So do the ancient Hebrew first. It's a little crammed together, but look like for the Assyrian Hebrew, you have a second character like the ka, the ma, the na, the pa. That second character comes at the end of the sentence. So like anywhere else besides the end, when it comes to these certain characters, like you'll use the first character for it. When it comes at the end of a word, you'll throw in this second character. It might seem a little confusing at first, but the more you study and get to know the language and read it, the more you'll understand, how it is that this works.
God.
But I'm gonna let you go ahead and erase all that and do the ancient Hebrew shop.
I was hoping you said just erase the series.
Oh no, you gotta write out the English too. Man. I know you like to cheat.
The only way to be. If I could,
Go ahead.
my old coach would say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I'm gonna have them do the ancient. You'll how it is that the first character is going, and then we'll come back to this, which is the Syrian. And I'll give you a chance to write it down too.
But I just want to go ahead and do it there. Get it in.
I mean, you can do it. It just helps me personally if I write out in the English and then do the characters.
Cuddle
So
Khan.
like Abba, Gada.
Cuddle Khan.
I mean, whatever helps you learn better.
No, that's not. I learned from the Paisa. That's how he used to do it. You know?
I mean, it's up to you.
Khan. You show the class. That's the I. You know what I'm saying? I got you.
Right.
So right now he's redoing the ancient Hebrew. And so like what we did before when you first got here, that was the Assyrian Hebrew. So there's two different characters.
Right.
Like how I described before. We got the ancient that was originally how our characters looked. But then when we went into captivity underneath the Assyrians, we weren't allowed to speak or write our ancient tongue. So we had to change up how it was that, we wrote it out.
That's the I. That's the Ba. God. Little funky.
Yeah.
Cuddle.
Nah,
This right here.
nah, I think you confused it a little
With the
bit for
Assyrian?
for this with the Assyrian.
Let's see.
Just take your time. Yeah, so you try to rush through it, the more you'll mess up. You cheating, yo?
No,
I see you
I
glancing
did
over.
cheat.
I know you did.
Though. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it was a lie. You know what I'm saying? It was a lie. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. It's a lie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say that's right, but I know you cheated.
I wrote it. No. Abba Gada. No, Abba Gada. Die. It's a die.
Oh.
No, wow.
You sure about that? Mm-hmm.
Ha. Wa. Wow.
And if I could,
Go
if
ahead.
anybody want any waters, we got some water bottles down there too.
Time crazy. What? Za.
Mm-hmm. You sure about that?
Damn.
Slow down. Yeah, I heard you say it. Come on, bar.
Ta. It must be tough.
Oh, no, I thought you said something else.
Oh, it's lucky. You know what I'm saying? No, it's like ta.
You just had to. Go ahead. I'll correct it when you're done.
No,
Go ahead.
You Taza.
Oh no, it's the cop.
Mm-hmm. Does it help you better if you write out the alphabet in English and then do the characters?
I don't even know yet, but you know what I'm saying? I just know, you know what I'm saying? I do it for the people, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Man, go ahead, write out your characters.
You know what I'm
I don't need
saying?
to break down.
Yeah, do it for the people.
You know what I'm saying? Cop. What do cop look like?
Mm-hmm.
Cop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the person I was gonna say, you know what I'm saying? It's more easier when you write it out yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the only way, you know what I'm saying?
It certainly is.
Cop.
That's what practice is all about. Mm-hmm.
Cop. Ma.
Go ahead. Yep. Go ahead.
Ma.
Mm-hmm.
Son.
Go ahead.
I. Might even be serious.
Anytime. That is a little tricky. You can skip it and come back to it if you need to.
Damn, I'm gonna say some kind of tea, man.
Skip and come back to it.
So like it's called, I don't know what it is. Shalom.
Which is this? like that. No, I don't remember the symbol for that.
Like pie with another line and some look like pie, but it's another line.
Oh no, it's not that. I remember what you're talking about. That's more of like the kaf, the Syrian Hebrew is what you're talking about. You'll see what I'm talking about.
You can still ask your questions if you're Caucasian.
You know what I'm trying to do? Hey, look, it's like that one. I'm trying to look from over here. Look.
I know you are. I've been seeing it this whole time.
You know what I'm saying? Like
doing that little cycle there.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. Damn, only I can see.
All right, well, before you do that, I'm gonna let you know you mixed up your tazah and the pot. It's I.P.A. tazah.
Pop.
Yeah. I.P.A. tazah. And then say the rest in your head. Go from I.P.A. to Za after that.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm listening to y'all though. Where's the y'all? I'm
gonna tell you once you fix that group.
Yeah.
So you erase the pot. The character is right. Just erase the pot. Cool. Yep. We trying to do the yah? Yeah, tazah is probably the most tricky. You want cheat for it? Save no. Save no.
Man, I can't believe that shit. Damn, man, I should have had it.
Hey, what you learn? Yep. Now you mixed up two more though. The qua and the rock.
The qua? Oh. What do you mean mixed up? So, other way around.
Yeah.
Come. Qua. Yeah, I should have known that's lucky because it don't even make sense.
Right.
Qua.
Right.
Yeah. Qua, rock, stop. Damn.
And then you missed one little detail on the ka.
Ka?
Yeah, you want to fix it or you want me to?
What ka?
K-A.
Ka.
The ka. Yeah. No.
Oh, I can't believe I forget that. That's in the Syrians. Slovakia.
Yep.
Ka.
Elements was a little tongue in it.
Con.
Think of Pac-Man with a tongue.
Con.
That's the ancient Hebrew, sis. I'm gonna give you a chance to go ahead and write it down.
What?
To write it down. You want to write that?
I do. I'm trying.
You just want to wait till after class? You copied off the pencil.
Not like that experience, but
You just want to wait.
I can try.
Do the post. Oh no, I meant to copy.
Oh, babe, can I use your phone? It's over there now, right?
Yeah, you can say picture after class.
I got it. I already got it.
Do the Syrian Hebrew.
Con.
Rush through it a little bit.
Oh, Shalaka. You talking about rush through or you said?
Same thing as this?
Well, pronounce it. Oh, Shalaka, if I could.
What?
Online, I'll buy. You don't let everybody know what it is.
We already went over it.
Okay, what's I saying?
We're a little behind.
Con.
That is on there.
Yeah. Everything for the alphabet that we're writing right there is gonna be over there on that.
Oh,
So you
man.
can just do it. It's the same. It's the same thing.
Shalaka.
Are you cool?
Nah.
Yeah. The more you, really for me, the more that you say it in your head and you go through it, it's the easier it is to learn.
Am I right?
Okay, now we're gonna do the Syrians.
Just go ahead and go through them from point.
Come.
What this is, between two us, let me go.
So once you come officer, you can start that teaching.
It's like,
I said, once you come an officer, you can start that
you know what
teaching.
I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it's like a motor. That phone call with some people, I guess, watching the stream. They said if they asked if they can ask some questions. Sounded like some devils though.
Would you allow devils to?
Um, I mean, something like I mean, I would.
Depends who they are.
I don't. If it was a class, maybe, but I mean,
Oh,
I'd rather
like a scripture class.
if it was a scripture class, but it could do it like that too. But we would need their information, like who they are. Like if it's some trailer trash,
Right.
we ain't gonna spend no time. But if it's somebody who is a lawyer, a doctor, or somebody respectable, then we could entertain them for a minute and then make a video out of it and put their picture on it, like I.S.U.P.K battles. You know what I mean? City councilman or something, or if it's somebody respectable. But I don't know who that was. It was a female, and it seemed like a white dude in the background, like telling her what to say. And they just hung up. So I didn't.
That sounds about right. Just since they hung up, they didn't want to give me information. Fuck.
Yeah. Just letting you know, because they said, will you ever have a phone number we could call into while you're streaming?
I mean,
Flareon MRW.
So they just called though.
They probably looked it up.
So it should be in the video description.
Yeah, it's probably in there too.
I don't know whenever I go to indie videos, it's in the description.
Mm-hmm. But when I asked them what race they are, I said, "Are you Caucasian? It's cool if you Caucasian. There ain't no problem. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to know." That's when they hung up. The dude in the background was saying something like, "Oh, no, that's
right. Fix your za and your ta. You mix. I'm gonna just help you out right now. Your za should be. Yep. Now for the za, it's the same character you had for the ta. You just mix them up.
The retarded T.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So as Isaiah says, the remedial T.
Right.
Put a little bit more of a emphasis on your ma, on the first character. Put a little bit more of a gap between the bottom. You know what I'm talking about?
This one too?
No, the top one. Yeah. Just so people can see that it's separated.
Why is the top one?
So the top character, that's the first character for the Assyrian Hebrew, and then the second character that you use, that's gonna go at the end of a sentence or at the end of a word. My bad. So like whenever you read a word throughout the whole word, except for the end of it, you'll have all those first characters. When it comes to the end, for those few that have a second character, yeah, for the bottom one, you'll use those for the end of the word. What's up?
The Shah?
I mean, for the shah, I mean, it's like a W, damn near. You just put some.
A broken heart.
You just put some lips at the top of it.
Okay. Okay. Kind of look different. Maybe a little funky though. You did. Yeah, I'm looking over there.
It's like, if I could, but only if I could.
Actually,
Yeah. Just because that's too much like the knob on the ancient Hebrew. So it's like, so you got your usual lip, maybe. Yeah. None of these work up here?
Oh, yeah.
You already tried them? Okay. And then you'll do like a squiggly one. Just a little one. Like, and you more like a V, upside down V for the pot, the first one. It's the little things, but they ultimately count. It depends on the person that's writing them out. It's just whenever you read it for like Blue Letter Bible or the Mecca Memory for Sabbath service, that's what it'll look like. I mean, it's little things, but
no, it's like I do know it's way different thing. Serious, handwriting and whatever you know on the Blue Letter Bible.
It's
really pay attention to that.
a lot different. But other than that, I mean, that looks wow. It's that's damn near perfect.
Wow.
So with that right there, that is the Assyrian Hebrew. It can be confusing since we got to know two separate characters, you know, for the alphabet. But it's all ultimately said the same. It's just you got to memorize just a little extra. And then whenever you see these words that have two characters on them, this bottom character will always go at the end of a word if it falls upon, you know, this first one. So if the ma is at the end of a word, instead of using this first one, you'll use the second one. Same thing for the na, the ka, the pa, and the za. It just depends where it falls. What were you saying, sis?
Well, I think why it's two different.
No, go ahead. All right, no sweat. And saying, but that's really what these are only used for, is at the end of a word if it falls on, you know, that certain character. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you erase that. And we're gonna go over some nations.
That's the whole alphabet. This time the whole alphabet.
That's the whole alphabet.
What?
The whole Assyrian alphabet.
Yeah.
My bad, give me 1 second.
Auntie. Big one.
Alright, so Kumpar, I want you to go ahead and write down these nations. So I want you to write Elam, E-L-A-M. And then next to Elam, put a dash. And then write down Ayalum. I.
I got it. Yeah. No.
And then what we're going to, how you do is write the ancient Hebrew and then the Syrian Hebrew. But before you do that, under that, give a little space if you have to. Write down Japhet, Japhet, and then a dash.
Yeah, pot.
Yup, you already know. And then under it, write down Ham.
Come.
Yep. And do the ancient Hebrew and the Syrian Hebrew.
No.
You guys got that Zondervan?
Zondervan Bible Dictionary?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got the big one and a small one. There's a small one over there, and then the big one right on the. Unless Isaiah took it. Damn, I think Isaiah took it. The little one's right here.
What? Oh shit, that's fine.
Yeah.
The one.
We need to bring that back.
Yeah, it worked.
Okay.
Is he writing out the
Right now, right?
spelling and Hebrew?
Yeah, right now he's writing out the characters in the ancient Hebrew, which should be the ones he's doing right now. And to the right, he'll do the Syrian Hebrew.
From right to left.
Well, I mean, yeah, you read it from right to left.
Right. Okay.
So on the left, right there, with the what looks like an O. And yeah. So that's the ancient Hebrew, and then to the right over there, that'll be the Syrian Hebrew.
Okay.
I forgot she was over there.
You big dog. Big dog.
Hey, Salam, got one.
John, we talking to Moderate myself.
Nah, I'm tripping. Hey, is it supposed to be an E in Jacket? Or A?
Japhet, it's a E.
E? Okay, I was making sure. I'm tripping. I'm just getting mixed up on this word instead of that. I'm tripping. You know, so I'm like, ain't no E in Hebrew. Nah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was tripping.
That's not different than I thought.
You got it, Queen Force?
Come, come.
I'm gonna give it to you.
What's like? It'll be the library.
No, it's 12. I was looking at your that and your pop, but it's 12.
Check it out though.
Dang, I forgot to even look at the bathroom. How the bathroom look?
I mean,
Is it flooded water all over the floor?
you know how it usually is.
Oh.
Not without it being flooded.
Okay. Yeah. I know it's usually bad, but I always gotta check it to make sure. Sometimes we have a whole bunch of water all over the floor.
Yeah.
The water sitting in the sink. I gotta
Yeah.
get that out. When
Right.
the water sitting in the sink, what?
No, it's 12.
Okay.
It's 12. Gotta say, brother got these all correct. I'm saying first try. I'm sure you cheated
Nah.
once or
Nah,
twice.
I know these. Lock out one.
Shoot.
Lock out one. You know what I'm saying?
Most High in Christ.
Lock out.
I'm saying, but Elam, that is the so-called East Indians. You know what I'm saying? You got Japhet, which is
Right.
like the Hawaiians or Australians, those that live on these, different islands. And then you got Ham, which is the so-called Africans, which if you could, go get the Contraband Compact Bible Dictionary, which it should be on the podium over there, and look up the definition of ham for me.
Cuddle con. Ham sandwich? No, it's like
I mean,
it's like might as well be.
yeah, so might as well. He said, but our people, we got to recognize that all the nations that are in the face of this earth today, they have all been documented in the Bible. And the Lord has made it so that scribes describe all these different people and make it so that we know who all the other nations are upon the face of this earth, even if we want to look at the Bible like it is, made up or nonsense.
Right.
Understand? The truth is in there. If you could, go ahead and read Ham for me for those of us that still want to believe that, blacks, really Hispanics and natives are the same as some goddamn African.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live.
You could skip down to
This one was like,
all right, go ahead.
Through the flood, he became progenitor of the dark races.
Became what?
Progenitors of the dark races.
There's some
So
disrespect.
became his father. You know what I'm saying? The man that would bring forth all of these different dark races upon the face of this earth. Go ahead.
Not the Negroes.
Not who?
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes. So just like blacks, so-called African Americans, like to sit there and say they are the same as some disgusting African over there blowing in a cow's anus, or putting a disc in their lip, or taking a urine bath. You understand? This book right here lets you know that we are not the same as some African.
Right.
Which, if you don't know, this book was, supposed to have, discredited the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of scholars and archaeologists that wanted to disprove the Holy Scriptures. So they went around finding all these different artifacts, finding out all the truths of these different nations, and they compiled it into one book, which when they did so, they found out that, their idea of the Bible being nonsense, it was completely shattered when they went out and found the history of this earth.
Right.
Go ahead.
But the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
Okay. That's it on that, right?
Okay.
Most High in Christ. You understand? Those are all the children of Africans. I'm saying those are people that can proudly say they belong to that disgusting continent.
All right.
You understand? Because when you say you're African, I mean, you're claiming to be a part of a continent. You don't know what tribe it is you're from, what nation inside those lands that it is that you're from. You understand? You're just giving out a broad example. And if you could, Kumapar, go ahead and erase those nations up there. And then left, right, Mizraim. It's Mizrayam.
M-I-Ra.
Zryan. Why?
Check my notes.
Y.
Ryan.
Oh, R-Y.
Yeah, erase those last. Yeah. YAN. You know what the Hebrew is?
My Tazarayim.
Yep.
What?
No, get rid of
Ra.
yeah, you already know.
My Tazarayim.
Tazar and Ya.
And
R.
Lammy.
Oh, sorry. It's the R, then Ya, and then the Ma. But since at the end of the word, you know, yeah. And then leave a little bit more space and write Canaan. Canaan. And put a little dash. And then it's Kanaan. And you got one more, which is Kush.
Kapash.
Huh? Kush.
No. What?
Just write Kush.
Kind. I'm thinking of the name though.
No, not that type of Kush.
No.
There you go.
No.
You know the Hebrew for it?
Kawat or Yawat or something like that.
Kawat. Oh, what'd you say?
Kawat.
Kawash.
Kawash. Like this?
Yep.
What?
Yep. I'll go ahead and write out the ancient Hebrew and then the Syrian Hebrew.
Okay.
And after those, you got one more nation. What time? 8:30. ever say what it was they were trying to make a point about?
No, they didn't. They didn't get that far. They said they wanted the question. I asked them what race they was. That's when they. I told them. They could call there. Next question. I guess they wanted to say something in there because when they first called, they asked, "Are we live? Are we in the class right now? Are we on the stream?" I said, "Nah, I stepped outside the class to take the call." So it's like, "Oh, okay." So it's disappointed from that.
Right.
I think Ms. Ryan is spelled wrong. I think it's a Yum. Ms.
Next one,
Ryan.
this one right. That one was funny, right?
Yeah, I think it's Ms. Ryan. Ms.
It
Rome.
says it was an officer's test.
Ms. Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Ms.
Wait.
I think it's a Ya.
What is our young?
Nah, the other part. Ms. Ryan. In the English.
Oh, my bad. I was looking at the Hebrew. No, that's how it is on the test.
I don't get on it. Wow.
So maybe I'm getting the thing.
It's been a while since I took my test.
Right. It's forever to go.
About 8 years ago.
A minute ago.
You pulled it up.
Mm-hmm.
Is this right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I copied it exactly from the officer's test. What were you thinking? The rock?
I think it's a Ya. Ms. Ryan. Ms. Ryan. Let me check one thing real quick. You say you got one on you?
I believe so. No, I don't.
Yeah, it won't open on this computer. Mizraim. I always figured it was Mizraim.
Yeah, now you say it, it sounds like it'd be like that.
Yeah, Mizraim.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm getting old, man. I didn't say any words right, like I remember.
I see, I've been down it for a hot minute.
Nah, cause I just remember pronouncing it Mizraim.
Yeah.
Maybe because that's, I don't know, Montezarium, maybe Mizraim. I don't know. Nah, yeah, right.
Yeah, it would definitely be confusing.
Yeah.
Your Tazah.
This one?
Yeah.
A little funky.
It's you kind of reversed it. You gotta want me to do it.
You serious? Come.
You see what I mean?
I see it.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
She reversed it again.
Oh, yeah. No, it's funky. It's funky.
I mean, it don't matter if it's funky. You just still reversed it.
See, you see it?
You even cheating, man.
Right. Too long.
Yep. You just kind of put it through when it's supposed to be. That's 12. I'm finished looking over them.
It's like your time check, about 10 minutes to 8:45.
All right. When did you do first? At 45?
If you want to close at 9, then you do it at 8:45.
All right.
So,
Lucky.
What's up?
If I could, oh, you just fixing it, but everything too wild.
I'm looking over it.
Okay, go.
Say for your cup, you kind of mix up the ancient and the Syrian.
For real?
Kind of.
Oh man, I see exactly what he's saying.
You see what I mean?
Cattle it's reverse kind. Yeah.
Yep.
Dad, I did that? Damn, that's crazy. God.
Hey, breathe. It's like a puzzle, huh? Figuring out the puzzle.
yeah.
And how you have it like
You like it?
so before you had it like looped.
Cattle
Whenever you read it, it's more
straight, like you know what I'm saying?
Like typing it,
there's
basically.
more of a curve, like at the. So like, all right. So you had it.
I see it out of
like
one.
that.
Color
It's
con.
more. I don't know how to say this. Like,
Is that the car, right? The car.
yeah.
Color con. Color con. Yeah, color con. You know the blue letter Bible will be different.
Yeah.
Color con.
And if I could, can't wait for Officer Qumpar to get his officer's test so he can start reading that Hebrew. That'd be real nice.
Gosh.
I was like, yeah.
I know a few brothers that's looking forward to it.
Oh man.
That's like, just raise your hand if you want to say something. Go ahead.
So the
Watch the
bottom,
camera.
the bottom, where it says Qadash.
Mhm.
Okay. Wait, I'm trying to learn.
And you did the same thing.
So the E looking thing like a
Talking about this one?
yeah, it's supposed to be like a
Yeah, she right. That is the wrong
Can I
cop.
No, yeah, it is. Oh, whenever I think of this guy, it's like,
like a loop in it.
well,
That's the wrong
he
cop.
mixed them up though. So that one that was over here is supposed to be over here for the ancient
Right.
Hebrew. So it's like that, and it's like Pac-Man with a forked tongue.
Hey,
Well,
good catch, sis.
You know, I was just trying to look.
Yeah,
And
it's
like
good.
a little.
I'm trying to learn.
And that's ugly, but that's what the car will look like for the Assyrian
Right.
Hebrew.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's
what's
wild,
the top
cool
part?
part.
Shit, he hitting something. The top part, right?
The top, he actually teacher. He'll get
What's your question, sis?
All right. So the car, I'm looking at KA right there.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was yeah, but what is that one over there? It's like a not really a thing. It looks like an E, but with a loop on the top part.
For which one?
Which I thought it was. I would have thought it was supposed to be right there. I'm just learning.
The ancient or the Assyrian?
Exactly. That's what I mean.
No. So the very
The
top.
top, yeah.
So the very top.
Is
Which one for the cop?
the top. Where the cop is KA.
No, it's just like this.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like
It's just a backwards C with like
I know
sideways B in it.
I want to point it out. The top is like connected with the little thing like that, right?
Come up and write it.
If you want to write.
Go ahead.
All right.
Because I don't know what you're talking about exactly.
Okay. First off, I'm trying to learn, y'all. Just don't worry about that.
I'm confused with it.
Okay. Oh, so it's not connected.
Good, Qumpar.
Okay,
That's
now
your first
see
student.
closer. Okay, so it would look like. Oh, like this. Right?
No.
That's what it looked like.
It's just how it's printed. Like if you read it, if you look at the Blue Letter Bible or the Mecca memory, it's not
So it would
connected.
be right there?
Yeah, it's just like how it was written. It's just like a sideways B inside of a C. It's the printing is it can be a little hard to read, but if you actually read it, you go to Blue Letter Bible, you read the ancient the Syrian Hebrew and ancient Hebrew, it's printed different, yeah.
Okay.
Saying so. Other than that, though, that's perfect Kumapar. I'm saying you got Mizraim, which is the so-called Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? The same people that had blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians as slaves.
Hey,
Back when you look at the book of Exodus, go ahead, Kumpar.
Like, if I could, these are all Africans.
Come. So, Mizraim, you got the Egyptians. Canaan, you got the South Africans. And then Cush is the Ethiopians.
And there's still one more of them. One more tribe.
Yeah, we're about to go
Oh,
through it.
okay,
Says it's probably gonna be the last one we get to go through, and then gotta cut it. So go ahead and erase that. Come on, Par.
Come.
Be a little quick with it.
Yeah. Kush, also, if I could, also known as Nubia.
Right.
It was about, my Nubian good queen.
Right.
Nubian. That's Ethiopian. Again, that's where that came from.
Go ahead and write down foot, which is P-H-U-T.
But
I say foot.
I know everybody knows I say but.
I say put.
You say foot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you know.
Foot. It don't matter. It's
I
a
thought
half
it
candy
was
either
but.
way.
Maybe I'm just tripping.
And then put a dash.
Pizza Hut. Nah,
Hey, damn near. And put Pawat.
come. Man, I should have known that.
No, just one T.
I'm tripping. It's the pop.
That's right.
What?
Like this?
No,
No,
no.
one T.
Oh, I'm tripping.
One T.
Oh, man, my bad.
Erase the H. That's
Been a
it.
long time. For what?
Yep. You go ahead and write out your characters for it.
When the dog was me.
Oh. That's
Just
what.
kidding. That was a good joke. Ooh.
One part at the end, that's a ta, not a za.
I was just kidding, y'all. No, she wasn't. No.
She does that.
She's serious.
Oh,
Girl, you look at your jobs. Not nothing to eat.
What?
You still have
Bruh,
the character at the end of it. You still have the za instead of the ta.
it's like a lightweight.
You about to cheat, yo? You was halfway there.
You said the top?
It is ta. So before you had the za.
Oh, the top.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's it.
No, I know you saw it.
Nah.
You might as well
Hey.
stop sitting there acting like you
Nah, I
thinking.
gotta look.
Oh, come on,
It's
yo.
not good. You thought I saw that picture.
You was halfway there. You got the X right.
so like an 846.
All right.
Just time.
All right. Go on. 3 more characters and that's it. Yep.
Sorry, T, right?
Yeah. Remedial T. Yeah, this flag. No, that's a za.
Oh, shit. Keep getting that mixed up, man.
Yeah, it's Twa. I'm saying that's how you say the biblical nation of put, however you want to put it, which is the so-called Libyans. You know what I'm saying? Say it for what? You know what I'm saying? You can go ahead and erase that, and we're gonna get into the closing announcements.
What means the what?
Pawat is the Libyans.
Too lucky, y'all. One. Bigfoot.
Yeah, or the job, big ass board. It's bigger than that.
So we're still in class right now, sis. Hey, come on.
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limit for 6 months.
Right.
They are to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 through 21. Malachi 3 and 8 through 10 means 10th in Hebrew. Mashariah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you.
Right.
Into the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation.
It's the Lord's 51st annual Passover.
The Lord's 51st annual Passover.
It was supposed to be April 9th.
It was supposed to be April 9th.
But it's been postponed.
It's been postponed.
For a month with no decided date.
For a month with no decided date.
I'm going to give you the address here. Go ahead and say the address where it's at.
The address, Westchester County Center, 198 Central Avenue, White Plains, New York, 10606 area code. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black and with boots, shirts, pants, headband, scarf, and with that, a majum, which means to rise. Wapangum hakwadam, wapanya hakwadam, which means turn and face the east. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawu. Shabbat Shemayim. Qadash. Hayah. Shimka. Yahweh. Malakuka. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayah. Aisha. Barataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathan. The no. The come. Cow. Your work. Wasalakwinawa. Kasalakwinawa. Kawafinawa. Wala. Dabayawinawa. Banasaya one. Abo. Hawashawina. Mayon. Right. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wa'ala. Wa'ala the power. Wa'ala Aman. In English.
It's like
The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Amen. Cut. Not the power in Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim Yahushua.
Bahashim Yahushua.
Baba Kasha.
Baba Kasha.
The Thamanawa.
The Thamanawa.
Hakat.
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 Let the part.
Let the part.
Call Madalah.
Kal Magalah.
Call Makalah.
Call Madalah.
What call Madalah.
Call Madalah.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Let the heart.
Let the heart.
Hi Matazarayim.
How much?
Hi Matazarayim.
How much has a royal?
Hakat.
Hakat.
Lahatiyum.
Hakat.
Hamathium.
Hamathium.
Hakat.
Hakat.
Arakawath.
Arakawath.
Hamatala Allah.
Hamatala.
Lagoshan.
Lagoshan.
Bahashim.
Bahashim.
Yahusha.
Yahusha.
Walaman.
Walaman. The purpose of power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Clean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Blessings in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wayahusha.
Wayahusha.
Wayayanka. Wayah One Maka Allah.
One Maka Allah.
Walahayim.
Walahayim.
Matazayah.
Matazabiyah.
Matazabayah.
Matazabiyah.
Alawat Yahanna.
Alawat Yahanna.
Alawathium.
Alawathium.
Hasarayim.
Hasarayim.
Hakwatazayim.
Hakwatazayim.
Hakasayayim. Haikayayim.
Haikayayim.
Wahakwathium.
Wahakwathium.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim Yahushua.
Bahashim Yahushua.
Walaman.
The purpose of blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General Yahanna.
The general.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua. Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed is Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
And speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure.
And shake loose the treasures.
Of the rich of Israel.
Of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to get to the school.
That refuse to get to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils
nations, and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, skinheads, posse comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channel, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let your house shine. Michael and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers. And punish all the heathen that come up against us. As we speak thy word. Cause it to be known. By all. That it is the angels. That have done it. Cause it to be spread. Through the media. Throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. Always. So be it. Zar, which means to turn.
No, we turn to you.
Okay.
We give, I can say it.
Yeah, you can say, sis, you may be seated for this.
We're going to give one courage salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, I'm on Shabbat. I'm Majim. Barak. Yahweh Matah. So I can sisters be stand. Sar, we're going to turn to the sisters. We're going to give one courage salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I'm on Shabbat. I'm Majim. Barak. Yahweh Shabbat. Now, sis, you're going to put your head down slightly. Heels together. Toes apart. And you're going to say Yahweh. Shamar. Al. Atah. Bahashim. Yahweh Shai. What you said was, may the Lord watch over you in the name of Christ. And that's what we said as well. May the Lord bless you and watch over you in the name of Christ. Yahweh Matah, class dismissed.
Rock my rib outside.
Hey, go Christ. Hey, we done with the prayers.
I lose my voice every time I do